it's perfect if your kids don't have their own tablets, because with some of the game-based platforms, if they don't have their own tablets, you may not be able to play those games. So it does encourage teamwork, big time. Baamboozle has got a lot of other advantages, but these are the ones that I found in my own lesson, like with 4th graders, primary students. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of English with Sarvi. In this episode I'm going to tell you more about Baamboozle. So let's say that these days Baamboozle is the only thing saving me in the classroom, helping me with the classroom management, and at the same time helping me with testing, evaluating students, practicing. Basically, I do everything with Baamboozle, because like at school, you have got classes of 40 minutes only, and sometimes it's like even, it matters that you go to the lesson after the science lesson or after the math lesson or after the PE lesson, if your lesson is, scheduled right after one of them. If they've had like PE, sometimes they are very tired. If they are coming from lunch, again, they can be a little bit sleepy, but Baamboozle works with all kinds of moods that they're in. Let me tell you how I design the Baamboozle. Remember that my students are Turkish. I've got like 20 to 23 students in one classroom, and they are really energetic. These are the things that you need to consider first before designing yours. So here we go. Okay, as you can see, this is our lesson, the PowerPoint. For example, here rainforest is green, it's high or low, or I would like to go here because this is actually our lesson. We practice before we play the Baamboozle. Then I just open Baamboozle. My library. Here I'm going to actually, oh nice, we got a story dice, new feature. So we click on games and then terrains. For example, it is about rainforests and blah blah blah. The language we choose, English, and you can add a picture if you want. You can make it public, visible on your profile, or you can actually make it hidden. But if I were you, I would make it public so that other teachers could also use it. And then make the game. Here, we just type our question. They have to complete the answer. And then you will browse a picture if you have one. And a good option that Baamboozle has is that you can actually embed a photo online. So let's say this is the photo I like. I just copy the image link and paste it here. Remember, it should be less than 20 megabytes. And then there you go. You got your first question, then you add some other questions. And then you go to your library and you can see it. So yeah, there is no button of, for example, finish the game. So here, this is an example of one of the games that I had made before. Let's play. It's about police officers. As you can see, there are a lot of options here, lots of different games. And let's say this is exactly what we want. We want our kids to practice the same material, the same inputs, using different games so that it's both fun and at the same time educational. And I think this is one of the things that I really love about Baamboozle. And remember that the classic version is actually free. So the other ones, you gotta be a member and buy a subscription. As you can see in the classic version, we've got like different options that you can choose from. In the free version, you can only have 2 groups. You can choose your
grid, if you want your grid size to be like 8 or 16. You got some other options, like you can choose the theme, as you can see. And some other options, like click to choose a random question, or if you want them to shuffle or not to shuffle, if you want to choose a specific student to answer, the emoji grid. And then you got the power-ups, my favorite one. Even if your students are weak, some of them don't exactly know the context of the lesson very well, they still want to volunteer because they know that there are some power-ups and maybe they can have some fun with the game itself. So you can choose anyone you like here. Let's play. Let's say that team 1 chooses question 6. Police officers use it to communicate with each other. What is it? We also got a photo. Yeah, it's a radio, okay. What's that? It's a badge. Okay. And then here we got a power up. Go to the last place.
What I really love about Baamboozle is that it gives you the chance to manage the classroom better. Like, I always group them in, I have them in 2 groups, and then I'm like, okay, each person, okay, needs to answer 1 question if we are in the classic mode. Even if we are playing tic-tac-toe, memory, or other games, it is still adaptable to them, those games too. But my kids really like the classic mode. So when we are answering, I said, okay, each of you can answer only once. So even the weakest students will be, obliged to answer at least once, to pay more attention to the questions coming up. It's really hard making all of the kids listen to you at the same time in a really crowded classroom of 22, 23 students. But through this game and having a rule of, okay, each person in the group needs to answer once and nobody can help. Okay, that person needs to answer on his own or on her own. You can change it based on your needs. If your class is a little weaker, you can make it like a teamwork, like you can help each other and answer, talk about it, and then one person gives me the answer. But for me, because I want to make even the weaker students talk, I made this rule up. I said, okay, only one person should say at a time. Like in this round of the game, at least once each of you needs to answer. So even the weakest students that usually don't volunteer in class will get the chance to think about a question once. This is what I really love about Baamboozle. The other thing I really like about it is the power-ups. If I am not mistaken, it's called power-ups. It's the time that, the other team loses 15 points, or the time that it says like swap and change your points with each other. Like, there is some fun included. It's not like you need to answer questions all the time. There are some perks of playing the game. There are some points that, don't really relate to your knowledge of the topic, and they come just from the game. And that makes it really fun for the kids. Oh, classroom management. It helps a lot. Whenever I want to just have them in order, have them seated, I just shout, okay, next round, if team 2's members are not all seated, I'm gonna get the point from you, even if your answer is right. I know, that's a little bit cruel. Okay, one more time. Baamboozle is another game-based platform designed by Ronan Casey, if I am pronouncing his name right. Hello, Ronan, if you're watching this. I am very happy to have met you online. Not in the real world, but I hope someday it will happen. Let's say that he's one of the brightest people I have ever met. Once, I remember that I promoted Baamboozle on my own Instagram account, which you can find it here. He just texted me. He was the first. I had promoted lots of these game-based platforms, but he was the only one that actually reached out to me and gave me a free account. He has got channels and groups in Discord. He keeps talking to different teachers from different parts of the world. He's really working on the platform, trying to make it a better platform for all the teachers around the world. I really like the way he brainstorms ideas, he asks questions from teachers. So I don't know about the other platforms like Kahoot, Nearpod, Quizzes. I really love using them, but with this one, I actually have experience of knowing the founder. So I know that Baamboozle has got a lot of other advantages, but these are the ones that I found in my own lesson, like with 4th graders, primary students. Just like always, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, share it with your friends. I love you and bye-bye.